You're right. At influencing, it's not being unpolished. It's just being unmasked.
Yes, I love that. They're saying, do this and this and this, copy this person, don't think for yourself, this and this. And I understand the don't think for yourself thing is very desirable because people don't have time. We're saying you can also save time by being authentic.
People are craving truth.
It is time for the influencers to rise. When did running a business start feeling like 2 full-time jobs?
You signed up to do what you love, but somehow you're also expected to be a full-blown content creator, editor, copywriter and social media guru. We get it. I'm Dave.
I'm Sarah. We actually make content for a living, but even we've been guilty of totally neglecting our social media.
That's why we started this podcast, to figure it out with you.
From filming tips on any budget, to quick hacks that stop content creation from eating your life, to real talk about the overwhelm and the inner work required to show up in a confident way on camera.
We're in the trenches with you. This is Unfluencers Anonymous.
Your survival guide to creating content without losing your sanity.
Let's do this together. Cha-cha.
Oh, I just drilled. Nice. That's how you open a podcast.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. The cheese melting from the chin. Don't worry, private joke.
That was a joke from another.
Welcome, one and all. Hey, folks, welcome to episode 3 on what is an unfluencer. Not to be confused with an in. I suppose really we should be outfluencers, because that's the opposite of in. Out.
Yes. Well, if you would like to rebrand, you go ahead and do that.
Oh, okay.
I think we're good. And it's funny because influencer, even though it's not recognized in the Oxford Dictionary or whatever the actual official records are, it is recognized on Google as, and this was great because as soon as we came up with the name, it was like, let's look it up and see what this actually means, because it's a fake word. And it said very clearly an influencer is in contrast to an influencer, someone who's more magnetic, more authentic, more real, less polished. And we were like, oh, hell yeah, that's exactly what we are. And that's what we love. And that's what we want to help people to be, because this polished culture of just everything looking too pretty is just so boring. I'm just over it.
Yeah.
And I can't fake that anymore. You know, not that it was ever an intentional, like, I'm going to step on camera and be fake, but it was just a natural thing that happened because we all sort of felt like as soon as the camera's on us, we have to be very professional and we have to do this and we have to do that. And now it's like people appreciate authenticity and just listening to real conversations and the struggles. And like, if we mess up along the way, let's talk about how we just messed up instead of buttoning off, you know, and then re-recording it or editing that part out. Like, we're saving time here as well. Less editing when you're being real. It's great.
And you see it even when people present at, you know, a live event. We did that thing at Manly recently, and the first presenter got up, and he was just himself.
And everyone loved it because he kept messing up.
he did. And he did get a lot of laughs, but I think people weren't laughing at him. They were sympathising with him that, you know, hey, you've made a mistake. Let's all just move on from it. And it actually encouraged him. And when he loosened up and became himself, he was such an engaging presenter.
Yeah,
that was really good. And that's another thing. I mean, when a lot of us now are watching people online, not just podcasts, but online learning modules, and you don't want someone that's stiff and straight. You do want to know what's going on. You do want to hear them, but you want to be engaged. And obviously being real, we've found, is the way to do that.
Yeah, but it is so interesting how it's not just a natural thing that happens for most people. It's almost like a challenge, a extra hurdle to just be yourself.
Yeah, we go and... Sorry.
Oh, you should be. How dare you? It's fine. What are you going to say?
Great communicators. I'm just going to talk over the top of you the whole time. We go into presentation mode. We think we need to put on this bravado, this like, this is us, this is how... we've been taught, we've been programmed to not... To be looking the best and acting the best.
Show the highlights, right?
Yeah, well, that's what social media does, but I'll go back even further. You know, I remember it was programmed to me that don't look bad in front of other people, or, you know, don't do that because people will talk about us. So
Yeah,
you
exactly.
always sort of, so when you know, went
Yeah.
out to social events, you would be wearing your nicest clothes. You couldn't wear the clothes that you wanted to wear. You'd have to wear something that people wouldn't judge you on. So the message was actually, sure, you know, present and be presentable, but it was also, don't let people judge us. Because people
Exactly.
would, and what is that? What do you do? You know, like our media trainer Sonia says, think of the harbour. Don't think of the harbour bridge. Don't think of the harbour bridge. Don't think of the harbour bridge. What are you thinking about? The harbour
Oh,
bridge.
yeah.
You're going to be judged. You're going to be judged. You're going to be
Yeah,
judged.
yeah.
I don't know if that. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that made sense. I was like,
yeah,
where are we going? We're going on a
yes.
fun
Going
little
off on a
day of tangent.
tangent.
No, but I love that. It's so true. And this is why we have felt so called to do this podcast, because we want to be the people that talk about the real issue here when it comes to content creation. It's not the actual tech, it's not the where is your light, what's your audio sound like, what sort of camera are you using. Those are things that we can look at, but the more important part is, how are you feeling inside? What are you thinking? What's your energy like? Because are you thinking about being judged? And then are you getting burnt out because you're so scared that people are going to judge you? Or are you worried about the views and all of those sorts of things, rather than just being your real self and having an actual message that you genuinely want to share, and knowing that whoever's meant to hear that will resonate with that, and they will become a part of your journey. But this whole, I want to be, you know, the whole influencer culture is really fading out. And you see it in the younger generations. They just don't give a fuck. Like they, you know, when you're talking about how
Yeah.
we were told, you know, you've always got to dress up, you've got to be presentable. I still am in sort of both worlds, because there's a part of me that even when I come on these podcasts, I'm like, oh, well, I should, you know, dress up a little bit, I should do a bit of makeup because I don't usually do makeup. And then there's another part of me that's like, well, no, I shouldn't do any of that. I should just be like completely rough. But there's two ways of
Yeah.
looking at that as well. I'm so aware that when you are on camera, not wearing makeup is really intense. And
It's
the
bad.
lighting, it's bad, yeah. And the lighting that you have on you, especially, even when you wear a lot of makeup, it still looks like a little bit. So I'm finding my happy medium balance, but that's random freaking
No,
tangent.
no, no. I think it ties into. Was I really loud then? Sorry. I think it ties into like a musician, like music. I mean, music is created. Most music, not all, is created to make money, and so for someone or something, and that's great. I think you should be getting paid for your skills, but it's more like a production line, I find these days. So my message is, if you think you sound a little different, we want to hear from you. We
Yeah.
want to hear that, because often you do find it's that different sounding of music that creates a new genre and becomes the next big thing, because people are being real. I mean, I don't know much about, you know, rap, you know, and that hip hop era. However, saying that, that was kids on the street. Am I right? That was kids on the street just, sorry, I'm looking for
Yeah. Well, I'm
confirmation.
not the absolute expert on
No,
rap
no,
just
no.
because
But
I do rap, but yes, it's come from the streets. It's a
yeah,
very cultural based thing.
yeah,
It was a way of expressing a lot of struggles that a lot of different communities were going through, and it was a
yeah,
creative expression. And now it has been very cookie cutter
yeah,
based, and there's a lot of
commercialized.
people that are copying exactly that style, and it's like, well, that was that person's style at that time, because that was the energy they were living in, those were the emotions they were feeling. And this is the main thing that we come back to when it comes to unfluencer versus influencer.
Yes,
If you're trying to be an influencer, if your goal is to get viral views and to get overnight success and all this sort of stuff, I can guarantee you are not being yourself, because what you're doing, and this is what so many people are taught to do. There are so many courses out there that are telling people, go and pick this trending audio and use this, and you're going to get 50,000 views overnight. I promise you. Like when I go on TikTok, there's countless people going, hey guys, are you sick of being in the 200 view jail? Jump on this trending audio, or jump on this trend,
yeah,
or do this dance and you'll get better. But okay, let's say you do that. Are you actually a dancer? Are you actually liking that music? Does that actually represent you and your personal message, your core
beliefs.
values
Yeah,
in any way? Or are you just doing something that you've seen someone else do to get a little bit further ahead? And in doing that, if you continue to do that, I see people do that and they lose more and more of their authentic self. They lose their own personal, unique, beautiful identity because they're thinking, well, the only way to get ahead is to do it exactly like that person. And there is something to say about, I mean, the book Steal Like an Artist by, I think it's Austin Kleon. It's a fantastic book. It's a reminder because so many creatives in particular, but this applies to everyone, you know, even starting a business, let's say you've got an idea for a business that is based off another business that you've seen.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would go, well, I can't do the exact same thing because I want to be different. And that's sort of like a little bit of an ego-based thing. You can, there's a balance here, and this is why it's tricky to talk about because there are lots of different variables at play. But if you were to start a business or create a song that was similar to someone else, and you take little elements of that, that's fine. But if you're going to do the exact same thing, then that is where you start to lose yourself, you know?
Yeah, and I think you got it, yeah, when you said cookie cutter. But a question without notice, isn't that what we're doing? You're saying people, there's 1,000 things. No, not cookie cutter. There's 1,000 courses on how to be on social media. Isn't that what we're doing?
We are doing, and this is the thing where I'm saying like, and this is such a confusing one to talk about actually, because when it comes to the business example, if you saw a business model that you liked, that worked, and then you went, you know what, I really want to do something like that, but my ego is telling me that I have to do it completely differently, that can be an issue as well, because if you just take the model and then you sort of build from there, that can give you a bit of a leg up.
Yeah.
But again, I think that's a little bit different when it comes to business and making money. See, that's very money-based. What we're talking about is kind of more spirit-based and personality and identity and protecting your soul and making sure that you're not losing your soul along the way in this creative world. And yes, we are going to be creating a lot of courses, but the template of course is the same, but what the content inside of that course is completely different. We're actually saying the opposite to what almost everyone is saying. They're saying, do this and this and this, copy this person, don't think for yourself, this and this. And I understand the don't think for yourself thing is very desirable because people don't have time. But what we're going to be helping people to do, and we're doing it ourselves. This is the thing. We're sort of like our own guinea pigs while we're doing this whole journey back into social media. We're saying you can also save time by being authentic, by literally just filming the things that you're already doing, by speaking the thoughts that you're naturally already having in the moment that they're happening. You could be sitting in a car park waiting for your kids to come out of school and you have this download of information that would be really valuable to your audience, your specific audience. And instead of thinking, oh, okay, well, how do I put a trending audio to that and how do I do it in a way that's going to be exactly like that influencer I see? This is the moment where you go, I look like shit, I'm in my car, it's a bit rough, but I'm just going to be myself. And people are loving that these days. I mean, we are as well. We're so drawn to people who are just authentic because being authentic is rare.
It is, and we've seen, we can, I suppose, because we are in the industry, we see through a lot of the stuff that is a bit over-polished and over-presented, and people aren't being truly representative of their business or their brand when they are being fake, for want of another way of doing it. But yeah, what you said earlier is so true. We're creating this from a position of truth, you know, so you can share your own processes, and it gives you a deeper connection with people. I think that's...
Well, they get to see you, the real you, because otherwise if you're putting on these masks... And I've done this in the past. I've, you know, followed the template that I've been told. I've looked at all of these courses, you know, that's why I'm so passionate about this now, going, you know what, it's not, that doesn't resonate with me. There will be some people that completely resonates with, and they get a bunch of success doing it that way, and they don't mind that they're losing their own authentic nature along the way. That's fine, to each their own, 100%. But we know that there are so many creators out there who are starting movements or small businesses or personal brands, and they're struggling with this side of it, this ability to just jump online and speak the way they actually speak in real life. So there's not an identity gap between when they're off camera and when they're on camera. That's how you know if you're being authentic. If, like, Dave and I speak the exact same way as we're speaking right now when we're not on camera. And that's why we know that this works, because, well, this is a space where we can be really authentic and real.
Yeah, and it's like you said to me yesterday, like it's about connect, not impress. You know, it's just connect with people on your level. And you know what? It's not about the numbers. It's about finding those people. Those people will find you. Again, I liken it to music because we both love music, obviously. But it's, you know, sometimes you'll hear a voice, and I won't give any examples, but you'll hear a voice and you think, oh, that's different. But then after a second play, you think, I really like this because it is different. I'm engaging, and that person's being real. They probably can polish their voice and whatever, but they're sounding raspy or like they're smoking 4 packets of cigarettes a day. And you know, often you hear they're the great voices.
Yeah, and that's always the truth with popular culture as well. Think about Queen, that song. What's the song? The one song? Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, yes.
That was hated because it was so different. It was so like,
yes,
that's not in the mold. We hate this. This is so uncomfortable. Like, what's going on here? And then what happened? Like you said, people had another listen. And then they're sort of like getting this hit of something new, and then they step away, and then they listen to all the same cookie cutter shit. And then they crave that and go, no, I actually love this. And that's a line that we heard recently that I love is, if influencer culture feels like a costume, Unfluencers are the ones taking it off. And that's what it feels like. And I always hope that that's what we are portraying as we step into our new podcast world. And we're always open for feedback as well. So we want to hear if people are like, hey, you sound fake today, girl. Tell me.
I think we could do a T-shirt with a big U on it, and sort of, you know, do a skit where it's like Superman. See, here's me talking commercial. Like, so people are in their office wear, and they walk down the street and they go, stuff this, take it off, and there's the U shirt, and take off into the sky.
Is under. I like that, because it's you is be you, be unique, be yourself.
That's what I was thinking.
You.
That's why I said it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm the marketing man here. Yeah.
You're on it. But I just feel like the world needs this term more. So we're going to be champions for this term and make it more normalized, because there's just so much same. There are so many people doing the same thing. And then there are tiers and tiers and tiers of people below that are just trying to do T-I-E-R, T-E-I-R.
T's,
Oh, I hate the I-E situation.
Lebanese we say dears.
Dears.
Dears. Say dears.
I feel like I'm walking into a trap. What does that mean? Oh no.
Bottom.
I could have guessed that. What was I saying?
You were saying, no, just to carry on from it. People are craving that. People are craving truth. You know, they just want to see, they want to hear, they want to see, they want to understand who their neighbour is. And in a world that's very isolated, speaking your truth and just basically, being yourself. I mean, you wouldn't sort of stick your shoulder on the fence with the neighbour and you're having a quiet
in the past, you might have.
But when you did, you wouldn't stick your thing over and go, yes, how are you today, Charles?
Yeah.
You know, like pull up your ale, and it's, look at this is a boutique handcrafted beer from blah blah. You'd just say,
very
want a beer, mate? You wouldn't walk up to your fence with just one beer. You would.
Yeah, exactly.
You would walk up with two and go, here you go, let's have a chat.
What you're talking about right now is so important, because that is what is missing now. That connection between our neighbours.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily have co-workers anymore. I work most of the time remotely from home by myself. So many people are working from home now since COVID. There's so much. Yeah, shut up. He's so glad I'm not in the office anymore, cleaning it all the time. Anyway, no, but there's so many people that are in this situation now, so they don't have that human connection. And people crave human connection. That's just a base need. And so when you are craving that human connection and you tap into someone or something or a conversation, some sort of content that is sounding and feeling like a genuine, authentic conversation, you just feel like, you can just pop up a seat and just tune in and listen and be a part of the conversation, just like a fly on the wall, and you feel comforted.
Can I also say it's really interesting that the corporate world now has, and I'm sorry to all of our clients, they have a thing now where they say, "Oh, we're going to have a fireside chat."
Yeah.
Because people are craving it. People just want to drop in on someone else's convo, or people want to have a convo where you're sitting by the fireside with a wine or whatever in your hand, or it doesn't have to be alcohol.
Yeah, I was going to say. Could be
Yeah,
kombucha.
sorry. But
Kombucha or water?
sorry?
Kombucha, I'm not swearing at you.
Yeah, right, okay. Yeah, but yeah, people are sitting there. So the corporate world has now said, we're going to have a fireside chat. When you hear that term, to me, it's intimate. So it's like we're going to be sitting around the fireplace having a chat. People are going to be listening. It's like we're all involved. It's in our home. It's a cozy space. That's the visuals that I see when people say that.
Yeah.
Now, a fireside chat normally is not linked with the corporate world at all. It's actually like pretty much the opposite.
So there's always going to be genuine authenticity, and then people that understand how important that is and will use it to gain. You know what I mean?
And don't get me wrong, I love the fact that we're calling it like fireside chat. Client, we love you. I do like the fact that we're calling it that, because to me it shows us that we are craving that.
Yeah,
we're craving a true, like someone's just sitting there by the fire, just telling you their story. They're not selling anything. They're not pushing anything onto you. We're just having a chat. Sorry, I was going to talk about a fireside chat I had with a gentleman named Peter on a camping thing, and they're the best. They're the best. There's no inhibitions. There's no fakeness. Sure, it rained. A tree nearly fell on us.
Yeah, he said
Something
to hit
about
you up.
red belly black snakes.
Yeah. Oh, I saw my first red belly black the other day. Did I tell you that? My first snake. Like, yeah, I was so excited. I went on this long hike and I told everyone, if you see a snake, let me know. I really want to see one. I've been back for like 2 or 3 years now and I haven't seen any. And everyone's always like, there's snakes everywhere. And yeah, I saw one. It was huge. And beautiful.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Anyway,
I'm not taking that anywhere. Other than it is the year of shedding.
You didn't even have to
shedding.
say that.
Shedding.
Like, even when he doesn't
I'm
say
talking
it,
about shedding.
Stop talking over each other.
Okay.
By that I mean shh. When Dave has a crude joke that comes to his mind, even if he doesn't say it, he'll tell you about how he's not saying it, and in doing that, he'll explain what the joke actually was that he's not saying. Very sneaky way to get your crude jokes out there, bruh. But anyway, Dad did say hit him up because he's ready to go camping anytime you are. He's got a spot in mind, so you guys go for it.
Nice. Thanks, Poiter.
Poiter. There's something that I wanted to talk about, though. I keep forgetting what it is. Consistency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go for it.
Yeah. You want to start?
Hang on.
Hang
on. Telepathically. Did you get that, guys? You got it? Okay. We don't need to talk about it. They got it.
Oh, awesome.
I transmitted it telepathically. Boop, 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 boop.
Moving on. No, look, I do want to talk about consistency becoming, like that word. We all know we need it when it comes to social media content creation, because what you're doing with content creation is you are creating a relationship with the people who are viewing that, with your, whether it's your target market, whether it's your followers, whether it's your audience, whoever it is. So consistency is like the basis of a relationship. If you had a friendship and you guys agreed to meet up every week for a coffee, and then you decided, well, you know, I'm actually just going to come once every month, but I'm not going to tell you that I'm missing out on the other 3 weeks, your relationship would suffer, right? So consistency is key. But I have found this for myself as well, is that the word consistency has sort of become synonymous with burnout. As soon as I think about even like our content, Dave, I think about, and I've got my own content as well for my music and everything, and I think about being consistent, and I think, okay, yeah, I could probably do that for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then I start freaking out thinking, I'm just going to burn out because I've already got so much on my plate, and then adding this and blah, blah, blah. But this, again, is where we come back to when you are confident and comfortable in yourself, and you're trusting yourself, and you're backing yourself, you're able to create content without burning out. You're able to do it so much more. You don't have to necessarily, you can still do a scheduled day where you're batch recording a bunch of really nice stuff and you're filtering that out throughout the month, but you can do a lot more day-to-day filming or taking photos of yourself or whatever it is, because you're in the moment, like we were saying before, the idea of sitting in your car waiting for your kids. You might have a brilliant idea that comes to your mind, or a piece of advice that you learnt when you were younger, or a story that you want to share. Those are the pieces of content that really connect with people. And when you connect with people, you start to convert those audiences into whether they're, loyal fans of your art, or whether they're clients, or whether they become customers, whatever it is that you're trying to do. The burnout comes from trying to be someone that you're not. And this has taken me such a long time to learn, because I've felt this burnout for years. And when I look back, I'm like, it's because I was just so out of alignment with who I actually am. Like, if I just sat on the couch and said what I wanted to say, I could have done 50 videos in a day, and it wouldn't have even been an effort. This right now, you and I, we have these conversations on the phone. We've been having them for over a decade now.
Yeah.
So now we've just sort of placed the camera on us once a week, and we just have the same conversations we would already have. So there's no burnout. There's no, we're actually getting energized from this, because we're just being ourselves. And that's the difference. That's when you know you're not being authentic, because you're getting drained of energy. But when you are aligned with who you actually are, and you're speaking about the things you truly believe in, you gain energy from that. And it's a very visceral feeling. It's not something you miss. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Unfluencers Anonymous. Dave and I just wanted to take a quick second to remind you that you have access right now to a whole bunch of freebies that we have created for you that are going to help you start creating your content right away in a more aligned, easy, chill sort of way that isn't going to stress you out. So first up, we have a 30-minute masterclass. It's called Breaking Down the Blocks. And this is focusing on all of the most common blocks that people face when they go to press record on that camera. These are the things that make us freak out and decide, you know what, I don't actually want to do this today, and come up with all of these excuses that will avoid actually creating the content that you need to create for your business or your brand or your service or whatever it is that you're trying to put out into the world. Then what else have we got, Dave?
Well, we've got 30 universal content prompts, basically the things that give you ideas to get you started. So you're not overthinking things. You've got a prompt there to go, and away you go.
These universal prompts will work for any service, any business. They can be used for anything that you're trying to say, and it will just make the thinking process a little bit less while you're starting out.
Yeah. The next thing also we've got, also as a PDF, is the 3 core pillars identifier.
This one is such a big one. This is going to help you to identify what it is that your core values are when it comes to the message that you are sending out into the world. This is going to hone in your brand tone and message, and it's also going to start attracting the right kind of audience, the people that align with the same things that you believe in, that you're speaking to in particular. And this has just been such a game changer for us when we started to identify the main pillars that all of our content fall under.
That's right. But wait, there's more. We're also giving away a content repurposing flowchart. So basically what that means is showing you how many different ways you can use one piece of content, rehashing it.
And this one's such a huge one because it's going to save you time in filming. You're not going to have to film as often as you think you do if you are maximizing the use of that one piece of content. So this content repurposing flowchart is really, it's gold. We do this all the time.
Exactly. If it's saving you time, it's saving you money.
Yes, absolutely.
That was serious.
It just sounded so salesy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks again for listening, for staying tuned, for being part of this Unfluencers Anonymous community. We've got you. You've got us. Let's keep chatting. Let's keep creating. And let's get back to the episode.
One team, one dream. The burnout thing is a big thing. Definitely today, 100%. Because we're also always on our screens.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. So there's so much information being loaded in. 20, 30, 40 years ago, you would actually do more. But there wouldn't be so much going through your mind at the time.
That's it.
Your brain had that little bit of a relaxation, a bit of a break. Today we're engaged 24/7, even while we're asleep. The thoughts that go through your mind, because you can't just sort of jump into your bed these days and fall asleep. Some people can, but for most, when your mind's just so active and you've got 30 thoughts running through it, it's not easy to switch off. We were able, the older generation, we were able to switch off. We were able to have a break from our thoughts. We're able to go, okay, I know I'm sounding like a historian, but or a relic. Saturday, for a while it wasn't Saturday, but 12 o'clock Saturday noon, all the shops closed. You
Oh,
were lucky
wow.
to even find a service station open. That was it. And then
And
nothing
then they
till Monday
stayed
morning.
closed. Yeah, right. They stayed closed Sunday
No,
because
no, we
Sunday's
never
like
had,
rest day.
well, yeah, my first job was actually working Thursday nights and Saturday morning in a now defunct grocery chain. And that was awesome because it was extra money for me. But that had only just come in when I was in high school. So we never had Thursday night shopping. We're in Sydney. I know in Canberra has Friday night shopping.
Yeah.
And I know Victoria, I think Melbourne has Friday night shopping and Thursday night. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is you were into a forced state of, disengagement
Recharge.
from, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
disengagement and recharge, DNR, like
And I
it.
think, yeah, Dina. And I think also, like you're saying, we're constantly on our phones and we're taking in so much info. But I have to say, I think a lot of that as well is we're falling into comparison games because we're seeing so many people's highlight reels all the time.
Yeah.
And then we're judging ourselves based on where they're at, even though most of the time these people that we're looking at and idolizing have been doing their thing for years, maybe decades, and they've gotten to a certain point. But it doesn't really matter in the moment when that's the information you're seeing Jimmy over here doing really well, and then you see Sally doing really well, and then you see Heather doing really well. Fucking random names. But it becomes bombarding, and you sort of go, well, what am I doing with my life? Even if you're on your path, it can sort of knock you off a little bit because that comparison really, if you haven't got that self-love and that respect for your own journey and understanding that divine timing is everything, it really, really is, then you can very easily turn comparison into envy rather than inspiration. But when you're backing yourself, you look at someone and go, oh, it's great to see what else is possible.
Yeah.
But also when you're being authentic, you're usually doing your own thing. You're not trying to look at everyone else's content so much. You're sort of like in your own journey, your own path.
Yeah, and just on that, can you share with people your engagement times on your phone? Like,
Oh yeah, it's very important for me.
so here's someone that is literally making a living from creating videos and posts and everything else. But tell us how you manage that.
So yeah, in the mornings, it's usually at least 3 hours of no phone. I would never wake up and look straight at my phone. I know, sorry. I need to work on my absolute terms. I'm such an extremist. I don't anymore. I used to, and that's why I've stopped. But I don't look at my phone for the first 3 hours, and I usually have about 3 hours before I go to bed. I have to admit, in the last 2 months, I've only given myself about 1.5 hours before I go to bed. But still, that's the absolute minimum. And then also if it comes to, if I'm watching a YouTube video or something, I'm learning something or I'm on the computer screen, there's two options. It's always I need an hour or so between that screen time and bed because I need to let my mind slow down. So I either meditate or I listen to music or I play piano, play guitar, play with my cats, like whatever. Or I just stand on the balcony, look at the stars and just calm down. But I also have set my screens to be able to turn to red. So they're red light rather than the blue light because that's actually activating a whole bunch of stuff in your brain. That's my technical term for it, a whole bunch of stuff. You can look at plenty of other people who know a lot more about this. All I know is the minute I turn it to red, my eyes they just relax because it's like they've been strained and attacked by all this info and this, stimulus. And as soon as it goes into that red mode, the color red I'm talking about, it's like, this is why red light therapy is so important for people right now. They're discovering so many healing benefits to it, but it really calms down. It calms down your, what was that? Is that woo woo? I don't think that's woo woo. That's science. You should try it, Mofo. I've got a little red light mask for you.
Yeah, just to be clear, when Sarah says, if I've been watching a YouTube video, like it's some educational, enlightening, it's not like, it's not a I don't know, pirated version of the latest movie at the cinemas. It's
I
something.
actually that's part of my journey as well. I got rid of my TV last year. So I don't have a TV anymore. I do have my iPad. If I really want to watch something, it'll be something on YouTube. Maybe something from Gaia. Worst case scenario, recently I got a notification saying that my Netflix had been reactivated, not by me. Don't know who did that. So I had 1 month of Netflix. And to be honest, when I watched it, I was like, what is this shit that they are creating right now? It was very upsetting. No, we're not looking for sponsorship from Netflix.
No,
No.
no, no,
Even
no.
though they just bought Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers?
Oh, how did you know about that? Someone's listening to
Well,
the news.
social media. Hell no. Social media. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's, it filters everything. But anyway, yeah, there are
No, no.
definitely.
I suppose there's a bit of, I don't know. Or some of our audience might say there's a bit of ambiguity here. You're sort of saying be yourself. Don't go for these other courses. There's lots of information out there, but we're giving them information. But I suppose the difference with our information is that the information is real. It's beneficial. It's not just to get you thinking. Did you hear that? Something just popped on my screen here. Anyway, it's well, how about you tell us, Sarah?
Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying, but I think first things first, listen to your own nervous system when you're ingesting content, when you're consuming content. You'll know if this is something that's making you feel like you can breathe and relax and be yourself, or if it's something that's telling you to be something other than what you actually are. Our purpose, our mission for Unfluencers Anonymous is to help you be yourself. That's it. Is to literally empower you to be your authentic, beautiful, unique, one-of-a-kind self. And that is going to help you make the best, most magnetic content that does whatever the hell you want it to do. You might want it to be selling books because you've got this beautiful message you want to share with humanity. You might have created a brand new healthy product that, the market's full of these fake healthy product, but you've actually created a really true organic healthy product and you want to get it out there. Whatever it is, it comes down to you being yourself. If you are being fake on camera, people are too awake to this now, which is great, which is fantastic. It's like we all finally get to be ourselves because that's what's being called and asked of us. So it is time for the influencers to rise.
Yes, let your uniqueness shine. And that's what I was saying before about the music. Sometimes you hear a really unique sound. Unique doesn't mean pretty or nice and soft and angelic. It could mean the opposite. But
also, sorry.
Who you are, no. If that's who you are, be that.
Yeah, that's it. Because you are going to attract the exact people that resonate with that. If you're trying to be someone else, you're attracting the wrong people. But can I just say one thing before I forget? No, I just forgot. It just literally was like in my mind. And then, it's sharing the process. Because you were talking about music. Influencers are the type of people who will share the process, not just the final product. And that's the difference. An influencer will dress everything up and make it look pretty and then present at the end. And that's the highlight reel. That's the, the aspirational version of things. Whereas an influencer will go, look at how I got this. Look at how I got here. Look at me, like me, for example. Look at how I'm learning guitar every day. It's not sounding pretty all the time. It's sounding like a mess sometimes, but sharing that journey because I know there are other people out there who are learning guitar and probably feeling like, oh my gosh, why doesn't it sound good yet?
Yeah, and something, again, we spoke about this probably a month ago, but actually it was yesterday. I'm trying to fool you all. The identity gap.
Yes.
Can you explain the identity gap?
Yeah. I touched on it briefly at the start, and we will actually do a full episode on this because I think this is so important. But the identity gap is when you are not being the same person that you are in reality when you're on camera. And you will feel that. You'll feel when you're putting on a bit of a show, And so it's not something that you can fix right away. So don't judge yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. This is how we've been programmed to be on camera. Yeah. So we're going to do a whole episode on that because we've got a whole bunch of tips and actionable things that you can do to break that gap, to start to notice it, to be able to identify it really quickly, to feel it in your body, and to be able to adjust back into your authentic self. But the identity gap is huge.
And influencing, it's not about it's not being unpolished. It's just being unmasked.
Yes, I love that. Unmasked. That's it. Because you're not hiding things anymore. The polished look is, I'm having a really rough day, but I'm going to show up online and just keep smiling. And you know what? Like, we started this episode really rough because we were both like, we've had a bit of a late night.
Dusty.
You were working. I was partying with my parents. Same. And it's, some days are just a little bit blah. And to talk about that, that's the whole point, to
Yeah.
add that into the narrative of whatever it is that you're saying, because
Exactly.
it's those little human moments. It's the moments where Dave and I trip up on what we're saying, or when we laugh at each other because we just said the wrong thing, or when I contradict myself, like I'm pretty sure I did earlier. I won't know until I watch back this episode because I have a goldfish memory.
Yeah.
But huh?
You're right.
Yeah,
You're
what?
choking on something.
No, it's just that. What are you going to say?
No. It's just, can I just say, okay, yeah, we pushed through this morning. Yep, you're a bit dusty last night. Blah blah blah. However, at the end of this, I will actually feel better. I
Yeah.
won't feel as if I've been, I've had to do this thing because I need to record a podcast today. I sort of come out of it feeling brightened.
Energized, right? That's
Yeah,
the thing.
energized and yeah, lightened.
Yeah, because
brightened.
you're just, it's so rare to be authentic. It's like I'm struggling to even say it because it's such an interesting thing to be so rare. But the people that get the biggest audiences and followings and everything are the people that are just being themselves. And what does that tell you about humanity? It tells you that we have been forced and told and taught and trained to be anything but ourselves for so long. And
Yeah.
that is a tragedy because there's only one of every single one of us. We all have our own perspectives, our own things that we can bring to the table. And that's what we're here to remind you all of.
Yeah.
As we're reminding ourselves of that, we're learning, we're loving ourselves, we're going through our own healing journeys. I think the whole world is going through a big healing journey right now because we're starting to realize things that we overlooked for a long time, or that, we didn't have the time to really do the inner work before. And we didn't also have so many beautiful advisors and educators online that are telling us, like, you can learn anything online about your mental health, about your
Yeah.
physiology, about your food, your nutrition, about business, about
Yeah.
everything. So we're
Yeah.
very blessed right now.
Yeah, definitely. And I think you use more energy being fake or lying than what you do when you're in your home state, how you feel when you're sitting on your lounge at home, or when you come home after a day of work, or when you're doing some gardening or doing whatever sort of makes you happy. It doesn't, you use less energy. And I don't mean just physical energy. I'm
No.
talking about that mental energy that happens because we're so engaged and locked into technology and our
Yeah.
phones. We're using technology to share this message with you, and obviously to have you come along this journey with us because we're learning.
Yeah, exactly. And like you're saying, it drains you in more ways than one because you're betraying your soul, like your soul essence, your spirit. You're not being the person that you came here to be when you're trying to be someone else, or when you're trying to pretend to be a certain way that you're not actually feeling. And that's
Yeah.
what's draining. But as soon as you just accept who you are and you speak about that and you own it, like 100% own it, which is, again, we're not saying that's easy. It's simple, but it's not easy.
Yeah, yeah,
Simple to understand, not easy to implement. But we will be talking about so many more of these things. We'll be breaking it down with helpful tips and ideas that you can do to actually get to the place that you want to be, while we're getting to the place that we want to be as well.
yeah. But
And-
we also believe that the world does need more influencers, not influencers. And again, I know just actually, yeah, this will date this video. However, yesterday there's been a social media ban on under 16s. So certain particular social media companies are not allowed to have people under 16. And I think to myself, how did it get to that? How did it get to the stage where under 16s are banned? And these people grew up with phones, from when they were 5 or 6 years old.
Yeah.
So how did it? Well, the way it got to that was too many fake people and too much lying, and
Yeah.
we're here to change that.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
world needs more of this, not
Yeah.
that. And if it was that, I don't think this ban would have come into place.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. And
Yeah.
people for people. There are so many people out there that do want to help others.
Yeah.
And they're starting to realize the power of social media and content creation to do that.
Yeah.
Like I always say, my favorite quote is, content creation is the portal between where you are now and where you want to be. Because it is the one thing, it's the visibility of you and your message and your brand and your product and whatever it is, whatever way you're serving the world, that needs to be seen. Otherwise, we don't know it exists. There's too much
No.
information out there for us to even consider thinking about your stuff if you're
Yeah.
not championing it.
Championing it.
Championing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And putting it forward in video.
I think our audience has heard enough for
Yeah.
today. I think,
It is about time for us to
Yes.
shut the hell up.
but do you want to give us a final call out?
Well, we're still working on our call out, isn't
Oh,
it?
okay. Well, let me just think of one off the top of my head.
Okay.
This is the creator era built on connection. Am I too loud?
This is not. Yes, you are too loud. This is not our outro. This is a call out that we wrote. So yeah, we can
I
say
was
this.
giving you the clue to read the bloody thing.
But I was just being real because I'm
Okay.
I'm.
This is the Sarah, please. This is the creator era built on connection, not perfection, and you're early.
Ooh, that was good. Good,
Yeah,
go us.
yeah.
We're pretty good at writing some notes.
Yeah.
And yeah, when it comes to our outro, we're still working on that. Because,
Yeah, you got any ideas?
yeah, let us know. But
Remember, you're part of this team. So,
something along the lines of be an influencer. It's great.
or I'm going to end it on my one, which is, well, it's actually your one, but I've stolen it. It's let your uniqueness shine.
Oh, have I said that before? Excellent.
No, it's all mine.
Goldfish memory. I wouldn't know. You could claim it as yours.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I'll see it in the editing and go, hey, I said that. No, but that's it. That's the key of this. That's what we're here for. We love you guys. We want to hear from you. Let us know what you want to learn more about, what you're struggling with, and we're going to all face it together. So thank you so much for listening. This is Unfluencers Anonymous. Mwah! Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Is that a U? There's an A. Woo!